The disaster from the mouth. In an era where communication is swift and information overflows, there lived a young man named Thanon. He was talented, capable, and had the opportunity to work in a prestigious company many dreamed of joining. Thanon was prudent and meticulous in almost every aspect of his work, except for one thing: his words. He was a very self-assured person and often let slip remarks that seemed to elevate himself above others, or spoke on topics he wasn't entirely certain about, merely to make himself look good or to evade awkward situations. The first disaster: slander at work. Thanon worked in the same team as Wippa, a diligent colleague beloved by everyone. One day, a major project arose, requiring fierce competition. Wippa spent weeks working tirelessly. Thanon, seeing Wippa had a high chance of winning, felt a pang of envy mixed with displeasure. He secretly remarked to another colleague, "Thanon, Wippa's project, it looks good, but I heard she got most of her ideas from our old client, you know. Didn't really come up with it all herself, just made it look pretty, that's all." This remark spread like a virus. Even though Thanon had said it in a casual tone, when it reached the ears of the executives, they began to hesitate and called Wippa in for questioning. Fortunately, Wippa was able to present clear evidence and her entire thought process, causing the accusation to be dismissed. However, Wippa was deeply hurt by her colleague's actions. As for Thanon, he wasn't directly punished, but the trust from Wippa and several other colleagues instantly evaporated. They viewed Thanon as sharp-tongued and sarcastic. When working together, everyone became wary and tried to avoid sharing important information with Thanon. This was the first downfall caused by his own mouth. The second disaster: a lie to save face at home. Thanon was married to a loving wife named Mani. One day, Thanon went golfing with a client, which caused him to return home much later than usual. Upon arriving, Mani asked with concern, "Why are you so late? I called, but you didn't answer." Instead of telling the truth that he got carried away enjoying golf, Thanon chose to tell a small lie to avoid being scolded. "Oh, work was so hectic. The boss called an urgent meeting, had to finalize figures until midnight, and my phone ran out of battery. It's confidential business, can't say much." Coincidentally, the next day, Thanon's boss called Mani to inquire about a minor work matter, and Mani inadvertently mentioned Thanon's dedication, having to attend an urgent meeting until late at night. The boss was surprised and said, "Oh, we didn't have any urgent meetings today, did we?" In mere seconds, the truth was exposed. Mani was deeply hurt, not just because Thanon was late, but because he chose to lie. The trust built over years crumbled instantly. The family relationship began to falter. Mani started to disbelieve any of Thanon's words. This was the second downfall that destroyed his most important relationship. The third disaster: speaking without knowing the truth. After the incidents at work and at home, Thanon tried to improve, but he still had moments of carelessness. One day, during a meeting with an important client, the client was hesitant about a new software system. Thanon, wanting to make a good impression, quickly stepped forward and spoke confidently. "Don't worry, sir. I can assure you this system can do everything you need. Especially feature A, which other teams say is difficult, our system can do it in 3 days, guaranteed." He was very confident, but he spoke based on conjecture and without consulting the technical team first. When the project began, the technical team informed him that feature A the client wanted was far more complex than anticipated and would require at least 3 weeks, not 3 days. The client was furious, feeling deceived and that their time had been wasted. The company almost lost a massive contract. Fortunately, Thanon's boss had to step in, apologize, and take heavy responsibility for Thanon's exaggerated words. Thanon was demoted, and assigned to less important tasks. His boss told him, "Thanen, my boy, words that have left the mouth cannot be pulled back even by 6 horses. Your few words destroyed the credibility our company built over decades. Sometimes you lied to save yourself. Sometimes you slandered or spoke without knowing the truth. It all echoed back as a disaster that ruined your own future." Conclusion. Thanen spent many years rebuilding his credibility, both at work and at home. He learned the bitter lesson that illness enters through the mouth and disaster exits from the mouth. From that day forward, before Thanen spoke anything, he would always pause and consider, are these words beneficial or constructive? Are these words true? Will these words have a positive or negative impact on myself and others? If the answer wasn't clear, Thanen chose to remain silent instead. Because the disaster that comes from the mouth is more severe than a house fire. It is a fire that consumes our own future and value.